Have you ever dreamed of collecting fresh, golden-yolked eggs right from your own backyard? Imagine waking up to the gentle clucking of happy hens, knowing your breakfast is as local and organic as it gets. Welcome to Backyard Chickens 101, your ultimate beginner's guide to starting your very own flock. By the end of this video, you'll know everything you need to get started, from the setup and costs to the pros, cons, and daily care. Let's dive in. First up, why even keep chickens? Well, it isn't just about the fresh eggs, though that is a major perk. Fresh organic eggs just taste better, and they're packed with more nutrients than what you typically find in a store. Chickens are also fantastic at waste reduction. They'll happily munch on your kitchen scraps and turn them into incredible fertilizer for your garden. It's a win-win for sustainability, reducing both packaging waste and food miles. And here's something you might not expect: the therapy value. Watching chickens is surprisingly calming. Many keepers describe them as their feathery stress relievers, and yes, they each have their own quirky personalities. You'll quickly find yourself naming them. But before you rush out to buy a flock of fluffy chicks, let's talk about what's actually involved. Step 2 is setting up their home, the coop. Your chickens need a safe, dry, and predator-proof space to live. At a minimum, you'll need a coop for them to sleep and lay their eggs in. A good rule of thumb is about 10 square feet of indoor space per chicken. They also need a run, which is a fenced outdoor area where they can scratch around, take dust baths, and just be chickens. Inside the coop, you'll need nesting boxes. One for every 3 to 4 hens is perfect, and perches for them to roost on at night. Good ventilation and shade are also crucial to keep the coop cool and fresh, especially in the summer. You can buy a ready-made coop, which can range from $200 to $800. Or you can get creative and build one yourself from recycled materials like wood pallets for a fraction of the cost. Here's a pro tip: always build your coop stronger than you think it needs to be. Raccoons, foxes, and even rats are much more clever and persistent than you might imagine. All right, your coop is planned. Now for the fun part, choosing your chickens. There are hundreds of breeds out there, but as a beginner, you'll want to look for breeds that are known for being calm, hardy, and good egg layers. Some popular beginner-friendly breeds include the Rhode Island Red. They're tough, friendly, and lay beautiful brown eggs. The Isa Brown is another fantastic choice. They are incredibly reliable layers and have great personalities. If you have a family, the Sussex breed is known for being gentle and great with kids. And the Plymouth Rock, with its stunning black and white feathers, is another docile and reliable choice for beginners. For your first flock, I recommend starting with 3 to 5 hens. That's enough to give you a steady supply of daily eggs, but is still a very manageable number. Let's talk money. What are the real costs of keeping chickens? For your initial setup, the coop and run will be your biggest expense, somewhere between $200 and $800, depending on whether you buy or build. You'll also need feeders, drinkers, and nesting material, which will run you about $50 to $100. And the chickens themselves usually cost between $10 and $30 per bird. After that, you have monthly costs. Expect to spend around $15 to $25 a month on feed and another $10 to $15 on bedding like straw or wood shavings. It's also wise to budget a little extra, say $5 to $10 for occasional vet care or supplements. But what's the return on that investment? Well, each hen lays around 250 to 300 eggs per year, with just 3 hens. That's roughly a dozen fresh, organic eggs every single week for way less than you'd pay at the supermarket. So, what does the daily routine look like? Chickens are surprisingly low maintenance, but they do need consistent, daily attention. Every single day, you'll need to give them fresh food and water, collect those delicious eggs, and do a quick visual health check to make sure everyone looks happy and active. Then, about once a week, you'll want to clean out the nesting boxes and refresh the bedding. This is also a good time to check for any pests like mites or lice. And once a month, plan for a deep clean of the entire coop. If you have a movable run, rotating its position monthly helps prevent the ground from getting too muddy and smelly. And here's another tip. Set up a dust bath area with sand and wood ash. Chickens absolutely love it, and it's how they naturally keep themselves clean and pest-free. Now, let's be real while chickens are amazing, they aren't for everyone. Let's weigh the pros and cons. The pros are obvious: fresh, organic eggs all year round. They're also natural pest control for your garden and provide free fertilizer. They are so much fun, incredibly educational for kids, and truly become pets with big personalities. On the flip side, the cons, they can be a bit noisy, especially in the morning when they're announcing they've laid an egg. The coop does require regular cleaning to keep it sanitary, and you'll need to find a friend or a chicken sitter to care for them if you go on vacation. Finally, those initial setup costs can add up. But for most chicken keepers, the joy they bring and the reward of those fresh eggs far outweigh the effort. I want to share a few bonus tips to ensure you have the happiest hens on the block. First, feed quality matters. Cheap feed often results in fewer eggs, so invest in a quality layer pellet that has extra calcium. Also, make sure to provide grit, which is like little stones that help chickens grind up and digest their food properly. For pest control, you can use natural options like food-grade diatomaceous earth or herbal sprays in the coop. And remember to handle your chickens gently from a young age. This builds trust and makes future health checks much easier. Lastly, give them some entertainment. Hanging a cabbage for them to peck at, adding a mirror, or just ensuring they have a great dust bathing spot can keep them busy and prevent boredom-related behaviors like pecking each other. To help you succeed, let's cover some common mistakes that beginners often make. The first one is overcrowding the coop. More space equals happier, healthier hens, so always give them a little more room than you think they need. Next, don't neglect predator protection. A weak latch or a small hole is an open invitation for foxes, dogs, and raccoons. Another big one is ignoring biosecurity. If you decide to add new birds to your flock, never mix them in right away. Quarantine them for a few weeks first to make sure they're healthy. Also, don't skip your cleaning routines. A dirty coop is a breeding ground for disease. And finally, don't underestimate the commitment. Chickens can live for 5 to 10 years. They're living creatures, not just an egg machine. At the end of the day, there's something incredibly grounding and rewarding about caring for chickens. You become more connected to your food, your garden, and to the rhythms of nature itself. And honestly, there is no better feeling than cracking open an egg that was laid just that morning by one of your own happy hens to make a perfect omelette. So, if you're ready for the freshest eggs you've ever tasted, a more sustainable lifestyle, and a backyard full of feathery personality, maybe it's time to bring home some chickens. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this guide helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more homesteading adventures. We'll see you in the next one.